Working from home in a small business or in the boardroom, women have never been so dynamic in the workforce, and often while helping to juggle the family. However, data suggests over 90% of Australian businesswomen are electing to work in the small business arena. No wonder franchise business is booming. I'm Effie Zahus and welcome to The Franchise Show. From the highest of professional accomplishments to the newest of start-up businesses, women play a vital role in growing our diverse workforce. Yet findings suggests over 400,000 Australian women, and growing, are now pinning on the boss badge and running their own small business. Sarah sat down with entrepreneur Maxine Horn and found that it is possible to have it all as a woman in business.
Named one of Australia's wealthiest female company directors, Maxine Horn is co-founder and CEO of the Vita Group. Let's find out how she's conquered the business world. Maxine, you've taken Vita Group from one store to over 100 nationally. Tell me a little bit about your journey.
Okay, well, it's a success story that's taken 22 years in the making. Started off with, as you say, the One Phone Zone store in a Pacific Fair on the Gold Coast. And essentially, I identified that the mobile phone was becoming a consumerised item and decided to start a business and put my store where customers shop, and that is in shopping centres. Great success, and just basically grew from there.
So along the way, what have been the core business principles that you've stuck to?
The first one is our people come first. I really do believe that if you look after your team members, you create a great environment for them to flourish in. They in turn will reciprocate by delivering great levels of customer service. And your customers keep coming back to an environment that they love. I have this saying, what gets measured, monitored and rewarded gets done. So everything that we do in this business has a target. We monitor how we're going to target, and then we reward and recognise when achievement of that target's obtained.
What would you say have been some of your challenges and how have you dealt with those?
The challenges for me as a small business owner where, I was the kingpin and everything evolved around me was learning how to let go. And I think that's very important for anyone moving from a small business into making their business larger. It doesn't matter how good you are, how smart you are, you just cannot do everything. There's just not enough hours in the day. And so you have to recognise what your strengths are. And then surround yourself with people that have the strengths that you don't, and make sure that you can trust them. And then step back and let them do the job. Now that sounds very easy, trust me, it's hard. And it took me about 4 to 5 years to really learn how to step back from my business. When you start your own business, it becomes an extension of you. And so you want to see it be successful, you want to see it flourish. But more importantly, what then happens is the people that you bring in and you take on your journey, you become a custodian for them. Well, that's what happens to me. And I get a real buzz out of seeing people join us, come in as a casual at one of our stores and end up leaving and going to be a marketing manager somewhere. Because I sit there and I think, I've had some small part to play in that, and that's where I get my buzz and my motivation from. I think women bring something different to the table. And I think that's why, having gender diversity, in fact, having any form of diversity is really, really important in the workspace. Because ultimately, we are a society of all different people. And so if you're trying to build a business for the community as a whole, then your business should reflect the community as a whole. From a woman's perspective, there will be things that you will have to sacrifice. And if anybody tells you there aren't, then they're not telling you the truth. But the biggest thing that you sacrifice is your time. And so, how do I spend that with my family when I really need to be doing this at work? The good thing about today's society, though, is with all of the technology that we have, we can be a lot more flexible. We don't need to be tied to a desk. We can do it at home and still be connected to the workforce. So there's a lot more options today. Likewise, there are still the same challenges.
Women play a key role in Australia's army of self-employed workers, accounting for 1 in 3 of the nation's business operators. Now, running your own show can provide plenty of flexibility to juggle work and family commitments. But there are downsides, especially when it comes to maternity leave. Now, if you're self-employed, you can still be eligible for the government's parental leave pay. It's currently worth around $670 per week for up to 18 weeks. However, that's just part of the equation. Running a business can be just as demanding as raising kids, and you need to consider how you operate your enterprise if you do take maternity leave or just a family holiday. You could hire an interim manager, but it's an expensive option. That said, many women do enjoy great success as both an entrepreneur and as a parent. Now, it's not always going to be easy, and it does boil down to good planning, great time management, and having the support of your entire family. Next on The Franchise Show, they're two successful leading ladies of their brands, and they're not looking back. Welcome back to The Franchise Show. Now, work success can be measured by countless contributing factors. Obtaining a certain job title, earning more than ever, or achieving the ultimate work-life balance. Now, Darren met with two leading ladies who, although are in different positions, are wonderfully fulfilled and successful, and all within our diverse franchise family.
Tell me, how does someone in your role begin? Where did you start? How did you end up here?
Well, I actually did politics and economics at university, so I could have gone either way. I could either have been a politician or gone into corporate life. And the thing I knew early on in my career is that I really wanted to lead people and to be a visionary. And I had some great, I suppose, role models in the political space who had achieved. And at the time, actually, in corporate life, there weren't really, in the late 90s, any high-profile females. So it was actually a big leap of faith when I decided to go into corporate life with an aspiration of one day leading a company. Earlier on in the year 2000, for the first 5 years, there was an increase in women in enterprise of around about the 20% mark. But from 1997 to 2003, that's absolutely burgeoned. It's now nearly 60% increase of women who are in top executive jobs. And we see that more and more in franchising, where we're welcoming women into those CEO and MD positions. I think the franchise model actually suits women better than a lot of other business models because it is, by design, actually more flexible. The flexibility really is you can buy a franchise that suits your lifestyle. So in my case, in pizza, you can buy a franchise where you can operate it during the evening, and that might suit your childcare arrangements. Equally, you might buy a business where it's all about working during the middle of the day, and again, that may well suit better for your family life. And you can't always have that flexibility in a typical 9-to-5 job. So it does really suit women. I think for a lot of women who would be too nervous to take that first step, franchising is actually an easy step into business.
Thanks, David. So, David and Marina love working together in their franchise. They've been doing it now for a few years, but it's not the first time they've worked together. They worked for 25 years in an entirely different industry.
Well, David and I were both in the New South Wales Police for 25 years. So, yeah, very, very different now. We sort of left the force on post-traumatic stress, so, it wasn't something we'd planned to do, obviously. And we just had a couple of years off and sort of thought, we need to do something. And we liked coffee and, we sort of got into this franchise business. We're into our 5th year now, and the way we got into it, I actually bumped into an old school friend and she told me that her husband had started a Cafe to You franchise. So we had a chat to him and he was just so excited about it, and he said, it's the best thing he's ever done. So we sort of, had a long talk to him. David went out on the run with him for a while and we thought, yeah, this is something we'd like to do. We did look at doing it on our own, but, the old saying, why reinvent the wheel? Obviously, with a franchise, they're established, they've got a good brand name, good buying power, good products. They also support you in regards to marketing and advertising. So it was really a no-brainer for us, and we've had great support from Cafe to You.
Okay, so those first days, how were they?
It was very hard initially because our run wasn't established, so we had to basically go and cold call to different premises. But, quickly we sort of built up a good clientele base. We had the franchise development partner come out with us and help us do that, so that was really good. So, if we got stuck, he was there for advice. So, yeah, it was a bit daunting at first. We thought, is this going to work? But you've got their help all the way, so...
What's the highlight of your day now when you're out and about?
Oh, we have fun with our customers, you know, like it's just good having a laugh and being able to get home early. So, you know, being our business, we can dictate the hours we work, which is really great. First stop's generally at about 6:30. We drive around making coffees and chatting to people, so pretty cruisy sort of day. A bit different to when we're in the place. Then we get home about 12:30ish, clean up the van and our day's done. The extra time we have, we've got recreational activities. David and I both do sport. So, you know, it's good. You've got that freedom.
One of the funny things that I found today is that cafe to you doesn't necessarily mean coffee. You sell all sorts of things.
Yeah, sure. Apart from obviously the hot drinks, chais, teas, we do frappes. We've actually got protein shakes that have been introduced recently. So for the health fanatic, we've also got our sausage rolls, pies, wraps, cakes, biscuits, anything.
And people can even turn up for a cup of milk.
A cup of milk, as you saw, yes.
Do you have customers that have really become friends and they love to see you every day?
Yeah, we do actually. Like there's a couple that we actually see socially and, you know, have them on Facebook or they text us messages. So yeah, it's good. They become like your family.
Okay, so tell me, what advice would you give to a young woman out there looking at potentially entering into their own business? What would you say to them?
I'd say, look, go for it. Definitely look into it. It obviously has its benefits because you can, you know, work around your hours and dictate, you know, what you want to do. If you've got young kids, it's really good. You can do a lot of stuff from home. David and I share the work. Sometimes we're out together. Sometimes it's just me or him. A lot of people say, I don't know how you do that every day. But no, we get on well. I think you've got to have a sense of humour. That's, you know, the main thing.
Coming up, have women changed the face of the workforce? You're watching The Franchise Show.
We're a world filled with endless inspirational women. But when it comes to the businesswoman, more and more these days are choosing to go for small business opportunities. Why? Tracy Spicer can tell us.
More and more women are choosing small business opportunities because they find it frustrating in the workplace, in full-time jobs, to be able to juggle family. And that's caring responsibilities, whether it's children or ageing parents. Increasingly, they're setting up their own businesses. In fact, I believe that women with small children are 3 times more likely to be self-employed than other working women. It works well for the family, it works well for the children. You can pick them up after school, you can put them to sleep in their room and madly work on the computer. It just makes work-life balance increasingly possible.
Tracy Spicer is a mum, wife, a well-known broadcaster, writer and business owner. A colourful career over the years, she's modified to better accommodate her family. But she's not alone in this stance, and a stance that's being noticed.
What's happened is a lot of the large businesses have seen the success of these small businesses started by women and they've taken a leaf out of their books. We're seeing many more businesses that are setting up childcare or giving allowances for childcare. Some businesses are even allowing people to bring their children into the workplace. We're seeing flexible roles for men as well as for women, and we're seeing people being given the opportunities to work from home 1 day a week.
Without providing that flexibility, there is the potential you're cutting out half your employee pool or might let a good employee go. As a business that has a lot of work from home employees, we've found that they certainly work as hard, and the fact that we can communicate with them using technology and things makes it easier, almost like they're in the office.
Emma Jervis is from Legal Vision and says this flexible thinking has most certainly flowed into the franchise sector.
We have noticed that there's an increasing trend of, in particular, mothers or people that work from home that set up a business that isn't necessarily, 50, 60 hours a week, might be based more on, for example, school hours or weekend-style work, and they've run it successfully, and they're approached by other people who want to replicate their brand, and all of a sudden a franchise is born.
In 2013, around 74,000 women started up a business, with instrumental reasons including work control, financial gain, and being their own boss, leading their career change charge.
So women really are changing the face of how we do business.
Women are changing the modern business environment, both in the office and at home, in big businesses and small businesses, and I think it's absolutely a change for the better. Diversity increases the bottom line, gender diversity and cultural diversity. So the more this kind of stuff is mixed up, the better it is for business and the better it is for people.
Did you know that when it comes to gender and franchising, 32% of franchisees are male business owners, while just 14% are female? The The remainder are partnerships, but again, research shows that more men than women are the lead operator. Despite this, there has never been a better time for women to get involved in franchising. There are many groups established to support women in franchising and women in business, and a vast amount of networking groups in most cities, as well as online. If you want to learn more about franchising, then make sure you come along to the Franchising and Business Opportunities Expo later this month in Sydney. There will be free seminars, expert advice, and over 100 exhibitors showcasing some of the newest and best franchise systems available. It really is the perfect place to discover your passion, compare the options, hear the stories, ask questions, and maybe even turn your dream of running your own business into a reality. The Franchising and Business Opportunities Expo runs at the New Convention Centre at Darling Harbour in Sydney on Saturday the 25th and Sunday the 26th of March.
Stay with us. This and more after the break. Now, franchising is a dynamic business platform, and with around 1,100 franchise systems in Australia, it's filled with a vast range of concepts and accommodating work opportunities to match. And helping small business operators along the way is the National Retail Association. Here's CEO Dominic Lamb with some further advice.
If you're likely to establish a business based on casual or part-time workers, there's a very good chance that you'll have a high percentage of female workers within your workforce. It's really important that you consider the different needs that they'll have during the life cycle of their period of service with you, and this might include when they first become parents. It might include the fact that they are likely to be carers. The Fair Work Ombudsman will be able to provide you with a number of different points or information in relation to flexible working arrangements and paid parental leave. It's a good idea as a business owner to familiarise yourself with these entitlements for workers so that you know how to communicate with your workers around these issues. The best part about these different entitlements is that they're designed to ensure that workers remain in your business. They allow you to basically have a succession plan and to encourage female workers to come back into your workforce post having a child. The cost associated with having a worker leave your business as opposed to returning to your business is around 75%. So you're more likely to pay 75% more if you lose a worker from your business. So using these entitlements will allow you to get those workers back into your business quicker and allow you to have a smooth transition.
Hi, I'm Renee and I'm the Baskin-Robbins franchisee, Paradise Point and Helensvale. I chose the Baskin-Robbins franchise because I loved ice cream. I was eating it a lot. So for me, it was a great fit to what I already enjoyed, what I was passionate about. At Baskin-Robbins, we make people happy by creating unforgettable experiences and memories. We also happen to sell the world's favourite ice cream. I chose to buy a franchise because I wanted the support of the existing brand. So marketing, training, all those things that have already been done, I don't have to think about. What's the best thing about owning a Baskin-Robbins franchise? Easy. I get to eat ice cream every day. You need to find something that's a good fit for you. You need to enjoy the product. You need to get along with the people in head office or the brand. You are going to be working together and you need to be a part of their lives and they need to be a part of yours. You need to find something that's going to work for your family. It's going to work for your lifestyle or the lifestyle that you're wanting to create by buying your own business. Being a Baskin-Robbins franchisee has given me the flexibility to be a mum and also achieve my business goals. The biggest challenges for me have been time management and juggling my home life with my work life, particularly when you are quite enthusiastic about succeeding and achieving and always constantly improving. Also trying to find staff that have the same drive and passion to give their customers great experiences every time. It's ice cream, it's a fun environment and we want our staff or our team members to have fun with our customers as well. Customer service is everything. Without customers, we don't have a business. It's great to get to know our customers, know their favourite flavours, say hi and have a chat. I receive a lot of support from Baskins. They're a phone call away. We have a local area, or we call it BDM, who comes and visits, who we can call when we need something. We also have a training facility at head office. If you're thinking about buying a Baskin-Robbins franchise, do your research. Have the same core values as Baskin-Robbins. Make sure it fits with your family and most importantly, love ice cream. Baskin Robbins currently has 87 stores in Australia. 11 of those are corporate stores, and Baskin's are always looking for new franchise partners that share the same passion and the same drive and the same want to succeed and enjoy a great product.
Australia's largest multi-brand food franchisor is now looking for people like you to become small business operators across these iconic brands. To inquire about how you can own a business of your own, call 1800 067 619 or visit www.rfg.com.au. Start your franchising journey today.
While there'll always be exceptions, statistics are increasingly showing more women are focusing on securing a position in the right workplace with the right conditions than just getting a job. Now, whether that's to accommodate their family, care for ageing parents, or other personal reasons. Fortunately, it seems our workforce is not only listening, but accommodating, and helping to lead the way of exciting opportunities is our franchise sector. I'm Effie Zarkis, and thanks again for joining us. And we look forward to your company next Sunday for more insightful industry stories and information right here on The Franchise Show.